What's up, folks? Sean the Average Angler. We're back at you with another video, and this one's kind of going to be a little bit of housekeeping, just to catch up on some things. The jig giveaway winner, I announced to him a couple weeks ago. I apologize, I haven't got him out between the crazy work schedule I've had lately, the boat thing, and then getting sick. I have him sitting right here. I do believe tomorrow I will have time to get by the post office, get those out to you. Because of where Greg lives, I've got some special additions here. This is a Cooch's Wada jig, which Cooch was a Delta through and through guy, man, and this was Cooch's Wada jig. I still have some. It's a great time for black and blue, by the way, which is why I'm throwing in the dirty jigs. Black and blue, got a couple of the Bass Union finesse jigs, one in watermelon brown or watermelon green pumpkin, one in green pumpkin purple, and then I'm also throwing in a couple of the Berkeley finesse jigs. All right, so I will be getting those out tomorrow. Now, I got something else here that a viewer mailed me and sent me a note. His name's Dale, and Dale sent me some finesse jigs that he really likes. I've never seen any of these. These are pretty cool. This one's called 5 Alive Ultimate Finesse Jig. And it's got a, call it a finesse jig, but it's got a little bit bigger hook on it. Sturdy hook. And then this one is made by Jewel Bait Company. And for you guys going to Shasta and Orville and that such, this little jig, yeah, it's called the Pee Wee Football by Jewel Bait Company. And this is the 5/16. And he sent me a couple packs of those, a couple different colors. One's called Touchdown, one's called Hail Mary. And I believe he said the Ozarks is where he fishes quite a bit. Could be wrong. I'm trying to remember. But I believe that's it. And does very well on those. And I don't doubt it. Those are some great looking jigs. I really appreciate it. I will give those a try and report back to everybody. All right, moving on. I try to provide you with good content to help you catch more fish. And part of that, a lot of times, is going back over your past and thinking about what worked, what didn't, what changed, what am I doing different that I was not doing than I was doing in the past when I was catching a lot of big fish. Because for me, I've caught a lot of fish over 10 pounds. One year, I had 48 fish over 8 pounds. Well, my last few years haven't been anywhere near close to that. So I started thinking about what was I doing? What am I doing different now? And I really kind of got on the new bait craze thing, you know, kind of chasing things with new baits, forgetting about the stuff that got me there. So this box right here that you maybe saw me or maybe not saw me pick up contains a lot of that kind of stuff. So I just want to share it with you. There's nothing like real surprising in here. And there is some more recent stuff, but a lot of this, and we'll go through the theme as we're going through it, but it's crankbait. That's a DB Craw, it's called, and that is a 6XD. So there was some sales going on at Baitworks. And, you know, my buddy called me up, told me, and being the good tackle junkie that I am, ordered a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to hang these up as I go through them. Another 6XD, and this one's called the Sizzle. Look at that, huh? The Sizzle. Reminds me of what some companies call a gizzard shad. And for those that don't know, the 6XD is a great deep diving crankbait. Runs down to 19 foot is what it says, and more on the package without the effort of like the 8XD to 10XD, which are much bigger. So these are easier to cast and they get down to depths really well, and they've got some really good colors. This one's transparent, as you can see there, and this one is called Crystal Shad. So deep crankbait is responsible for tons of big fish. There's guys in the elite level that have made a living off of deep crankbaits and football jigs. There's a little bit more of, well, I don't know what I'd call like a 3D pattern on this one. This one's just called Natural Shad. Pretty cool color, but these aren't even the ones I'm excited about, all right? These are the ones I'm excited about, and I bought quite a few of them, 6XDs, and these are called Naked or Nude because I paint, and a lot of times I can't get colors I necessarily really want. I talk about being different all the time, so Strike King makes a nude version. They're not any less money. They're the same price. They're not painted. I almost wish the hardware wasn't on it because to paint it, I got to remove it. I don't need to remove the split ring on the nose because that's all going to get taped over anyway. But anyway, I got quite a few. Let's see, there's 4, 5, 6 of the nude 6XDs. So now I've got some blanks to paint. Not that I didn't have any already. I have plenty of blanks, but now I've got some 6XDs, which I didn't have any 6XDs. So that's really cool. If you guys are interested in seeing those, let me know down below in the comments, and I will share those when I paint them. Another one on that same line, because I've been trying to get a color of this crankbait, man, I'll tell you, they're just not available anywhere. And that is in the rock crawler, the deeper version. So these are also, they call theirs clear. And these were actually a little less than the regular painted ones. Nope, they're not. This place just sells them for less than I've seen anywhere else. So I got these from Baitworks. Baitworks was having a sale. This one is called Clear Gill. Really cool color. I hadn't seen that around here, so I picked that up. I picked up some of the clear ones again so I can paint them. I enjoy painting. It's fun. If you're not selling them, it becomes to where you just end up with too many of them around. And so I had to stop because I wasn't selling the baits. I just painting them for me and a friend of mine. And yeah, so anyway, we got some stuff to paint. And then this Clear Gill one, this one looks really good actually. Nice transparent, subtle color, which I really, really like. All right, and then just kind of stocking up on my money badgers and getting some colors that I may not have had in certain sizes. This is a 7.25 special red craw. We're getting into that time of year where I'm going to start transferring over from my beloved Ghost green craw that I've been fishing all winter. The water here is still pretty clear, but as we start nearing the transition for pre-spawn, that red stuff really starts to come to life. So I'm stocking up on those. A couple 7.25s. There's another one. And if I saw something that I didn't have, I just picked it up. There's a 6.75, so a little smaller, a little shallower runner. And then I got some Ghost Morning Dawn. Really cool color for my spotted bass fisheries. Okay, you're on Shasta, Oroville. I don't know a lot of people that throw crankbaits on those lakes, but they're very, very effective. And spotted bass will come a long ways to eat a crankbait. It's crazy. And the thing is, when you get the right crankbait, you'll know because they'll chew the paint off of it. I mean, they'll come from a long ways away. And then another 6.75. special red craw. I used to fish crankbaits a lot, okay, whether it was like a rattle bait, LV500, or even a rattle trap. Back in the old days, I started out with a rattle trap, and honestly threw the 3/4 more than the half, again, mostly to be different. Everyone was throwing a half. I started throwing 3/4. It was great for castability, and it got bit by big fish. I probably won more tournaments back in the days when I was doing that, and I was flipping a tube, right, Kevin? We flipped tubes a lot, and they were so effective. So you've seen, I've been fishing the tube, and it's working. And you know, the crankbait's been working all winter. I don't really like throwing the big ones. I've got them, like the 8XD here, and you can see they are substantially bigger bill, bigger body. They're quite a bit heavier. I don't know if they show the weight. They don't have the weight on them. But casting these is a chore compared to these, okay? So is reeling them, but I just really like these. I think they get bit better. There is a time and place for the big ones, but I'm just getting too old for that crap. It's like you need to work out just to throw the bait. The other thing was a jig. I've always thrown jigs. I still throw jigs a lot. But in the springtime, there's something about black and blue, okay? Even if you have clear water, black and blue gets bit in the springtime and pre-spawn. If you're fortunate enough to live on a body of water that is a shallower body of water and you have cover, for some reason black and blue just works. But it seems to be a good trigger for females, okay? Much like that red color, red orange, that type of thing. This Megabass Sonic side, same thing. In my looking back, if you will, a lot of what I've been sharing with you lately is those types of techniques. The slow roll and a spinnerbait. I don't know why I ever stopped throwing, the chatterbait, but the time and place never left for a spinnerbait. It's always been there. It still works. And we just need to remember not to get so hyper-focused on one thing. I do. Okay, speaking for me, I do that. For some reason, somewhere along the line, I got in a habit of carrying less rods because it's work prepping everything. And the work part of it wasn't as much fun for me as it once was. My results also weren't what they once were. Trying to get back to those times, thinking about what was I doing different. Well, I carried a lot more rods too because I had a lot of different things rigged up. And for the last few years, honestly, I wasn't carrying. I carried crankbaits. I didn't have them rigged up half the time. And if I did, they rarely came out of the box. Crankbaits have been so effective for me for so long. It was what I caught my first bass on ever was a big O crankbait. And it was in a little pond near where I grew up as a kid. And I loved the big old crankbait, man. It was, chunk and wind. It didn't get any easier. It wasn't boring because I wasn't sitting still not doing nothing. It was fun stuff, all right? Well, I'm trying to get back to the fun stuff. And there's still a place for that chatterbait. Don't think I'm putting it down. Just know that the boat's going to be a little heavier as you see it flying across the lake. Sean the Average Angler, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.